You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. Back like we ain't never left, baby. So, boy. What should I start with first? Let's get this out of the way. So, obviously, a lot of people want to go back to work, right? A lot of people are tired of seeing the same exact walls day in and day out. A lot of people, are tired of waiting for unemployment. A lot of people have gone through their $1,200 stimulus check already and can't afford to wait until the next bill passes. There are many, many reasons why people want to go back to work and sort of restart society. And I understand, and I sympathize and relate to every single person that feels that way. It's not easy. It's not easy. I'm going through the same thing as everyone else. I'm no different than any of you. And I get it, and I understand. And in my last video, I commented on Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz, who I still believe do not care about you. And I got on them because they wanted to open up early and just throw people back out into society and just keep moving like nothing's ever happened. And I got on them. And I've talked to some of you in the comment section about it. Majority of you agreed with me. Some people disagree and want to go back to work. I get it. That's everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. I just go off of facts. I go off of experience, and I just give you my opinion, right? However, people from all over have said, screw that. It's time to go back to work. Some of them don't believe in COVID-19. Some of them think it's a hoax. And some of them think it's fine. I can go out into the midst of this pandemic. I can go out into the midst of this virus. I got God on my side. It's blow it away. I'll be fine. I'm covered. So, unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen that people have been protesting in a ton of different places. I'm just going to show you guys the video, and then we're going to come back and talk about it.
There's no pandemic. Media is the cancer.
People are going to die. They die no matter what.
I need a haircut. Yes. That's great.
For heaven's sake, open the barber shops. Open the hair salons. We need haircuts, okay? We gotta buy food. We gotta go to work. We gotta provide for our families.
When it comes to the pandemic, are you scared at all? Do you believe in it?
Yes,
yes, I believe
we
it's
sure
real.
do. Exactly, it is real.
We still have a right, I think, to
work. And we have a higher power that we believe in that takes care of us. And I know that it's a real thing. The pandemic is a real thing. We do believe in that.
Not
but
fake,
we want to work. We want to work. We don't want a government handout.
Almost none of the street protesters Thursday wore masks or physically distanced, as the CDC recommends.
No, we aren't. We're not scared of this virus.
God bless America.
Where's the circus? It's in that building right now. Where they're pretending that we need a social distance. Where they're pretending we need masks. They should wear the mask.
Are innocent until proven guilty, which means we do not need an immunity certificate. We do not need a test to prove that we're not vectors of disease and out walking around
He don't need to be our deciding factor on when we go to the doctor. We can't get to the doctor right now because he got it all clouded up with corona. It's not all about corona. It's about cancer. It's about all these other diseases and all these other illnesses. People being put on hold for surgeries and stuff because of it. You need to open it back up and let us be our own choice, our own voice.
Can I see the back of your vest? This is Bikers for 45. He's the president of the Minnesota chapter.
If you can't make the choices for yourself, you no longer live in a free country. And right now, we do not live in a free country. We have to wait for permission from the government at many levels to be able to do something. Go out of the house, go shopping, gather in groups of 10 or more.
Men and women are tyrants! My husband and my son were confronted by the police last week for simply trying to make a living, all the while these politicians are being paid from our tax dollars! They are suffering! We are suffering! This is an uprising!
We have real-world examples. We had a church gathering here in Kansas that had 50 people infected, 6 deaths, and they went to 9 counties so far, and with the illness, and have that's how the spread occurred.
Have you considered the health ramifications of being in a large group of people?
Yes.
And that doesn't change your mind?
No.
Why do you think the doctors are saying that?
They don't have any choice. Of course they have to say that.
USA! USA! USA!
All right, so Texas has done it, Florida, etc. There are many different people that went and did this protest, right? I'm going to talk about, Florida, the beaches opened up. People were just chilling on the beaches, all huddled up next to each other. I'm going to talk about California real quick, and I might mention some other places too, but a protest of more than 200 demonstrators broke out in Southern California on Friday against the state's stay-at-home orders in reaction to the virus outbreak, according to reports. The action in Huntington Beach, south of LA, was similar to the others staged this week in Michigan, Ohio, and other locations as Americans seek a return to a more normal life after more than a month of migration measures intended to slow down the spread of the virus known as COVID-19. As in other locations, demonstrators in Huntington Beach alleged the state government imposed restrictions intended as safeguards were becoming an infringement on their personal freedoms. We can do this. We can do this. Okay. Your personal freedoms are not allowed to endanger other people. Because now you're fucking up my personal freedoms of being healthy. So you could be a carrier and not even know it and spread it to other people. You do realize that. You do understand that, right? And so now I'm sick because of your personal freedoms. Or I get sick and I'm okay, but I get somebody else sick and they die because you can't keep your ass at home. I'm just going to take note. I don't want everybody to take note that watched the video. All of them were Trump supporters. All of them were Trump supporters. I'm just pointing that out. They were all MAGA. And it's just something I've noticed. Do with that information what you will, but that's something I noticed. And people are pretending that if they just start tomorrow, go back to work, like nothing's ever happened, that everything will be A-okay. It's not the case. I believe one of the people in the video was like, people die all day. People die all day. I didn't share this because I don't like to do Cry Me a River stories or anything along those lines. I don't particularly like to do that, right? I believe the last thing I even shared with you guys about it was that I knew people that had COVID-19, and I never spoke on it past that. I left it at that. You can go back some videos ago and see that I said, yeah, I know people that got COVID-19, and the number kept increasing. I know 3 people that's passed away from it. So it's a real thing. None of them were in their 60s. None of them. Okay? If you think that because you're young and because you don't have underlying symptoms that you'll be A-okay, you're playing Russian roulette. The chances are, sure, you'll be fine. The chances are. I will admit that. But it's not guaranteed. And you gotta understand, this is 10 to 30 times stronger than the flu. And I believe, 2.5 times more contagious. Stay your ass home. I can't understand why even when you protest, when you go out to protest, you can't even wear masks and gloves. You guys, they really believe that this is, well, no, it's mixed. They either believe that it's complete bullshit, they believe that it is real, but they're fine from it because they're protected by God. Or they don't care that people die every day. People die all the time. Let's just move on. Insanity. And I ain't talking Tony Horton.
Hey boys and girls, Tony Horton here. I am with my lovely Shauna, and we're about to give you a multi-level arm routine.
This is, a part of me wants to say natural selection. Right? Fuck it. You guys don't, if they don't care about the virus, just let them die. They just let people die. All right. Natural selection. But here's what's messed up. Those people that are protesting without wearing gloves, without putting anything over their faces, etc., which is a cesspool of virus activity. If they get sick and they need help and have to go to the hospital, you're putting more strain and stress on the hospital system and on the nurses and on the doctors, etc., when that was completely avoidable. You chose to delve headfirst pretty much into the virus. And now they have to put on their backs your well-being when you're the one that chose to go and interact with the virus and not listen to the CDC. Boy, I'll tell you. Look, let me know in the comment section if you think I'm wrong. I think the estimates was if we ignore this and we open early, it's like 2 million people. Which, if you're comparing it to like the Black Plague and and things along those lines, that's small numbers. But come on, this is. Let me know again if you think I'm wrong or you disagree, and some of you have said like you're ready to go back to work. Like screw it, let's go back to work. Some of you have told me that. If you think these protesters are correct, and we should go back, to work immediately, let me know in the comment section. I'm really curious as to your thoughts. I have a funny clip. Trump was talking about the virus, and clearly he doesn't know the difference between a bacterial infection and a virus. He doesn't know the difference, and it was just funny watching him try to articulate his thoughts. Not as bad as a Biden. It wasn't as bad as a Biden moment, but it was interesting nonetheless. Let's check that out.
Enemy. They develop drugs like the antibiotics. You see it. Antibiotics used to solve every problem. Now one of the biggest problems the world has is the germ has gotten so brilliant that the antibiotic can't keep up with it. And they're constantly trying to come up with a new. People go to a hospital and they go for a heart operation. That's no problem, but they end up dying from problems. You know the problems I'm talking about. There's a whole genius to it. We're fighting, not only is it hidden, but it's very smart, okay? It's invisible. And it's hidden, but it's very smart. And you see that in a case like a death.
I believe what he was referring to is a staph infection. When you get the heart surgery and the surgery is successful and you pass anyway, what he was trying to articulate was a staph infection. You're welcome, Trump. That dude's amusing. It's an amusing guy. I mean, he's got some strong points, and in his strong points, he's incredibly strong. But his weak points, oh my God, is he weak? That was bad. That was bad. So yeah, that's what's going on with, a bunch of places, LA, Michigan, Ohio, a bunch of places. They're done with stay-at-home orders. They want to be out and about. They said, fuck it. Defy fascist lockdown. Okay, so that's that. In other news, did you see the cool cartoonized picture I produced of Andrew Yang and I? It should be on screen now. That's pretty dope, right? That's pretty dope. I'm going to include that on my channel header somewhere. I got to try to put that in there. I have to edit that in somehow. That's pretty dope. Do me a favor. Go to my Twitter at TheRealBCereus. I posted it over there. Just retweet that bad boy for me. Just retweet that sucker. I think it came out pretty dope. What do you guys think? Let me know your opinions on that. And also don't forget, I have another video, a special video for you guys coming soon. It should be done either tomorrow or the day after. I'm thinking tomorrow. Stay on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Something I wanted to comment on, and probably the reason why you clicked on this video to begin with, because it's on the thumbnail. My man Scott Santens, he's getting shit done, bro. Let's talk about what Scott's doing. So, if you've been looking online, you've been seeing, and if you follow probably almost any Yang Gang, you've been seeing text UBI to 50409 to send this to your officials. Do that. As a matter of fact, you can stop the video right now. I don't even mind if you stop the video right now and text UBI to 50409. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a couple seconds to do that. Text UBI to 50409. And what this is about is Scott wrote an open letter to the U.S. Congress. And he said, I'm just going to read it to you. Americans need $2,000 a month in order for the economy to recover. I am one of your constituents, and it is time for a universal basic income stimulus. I write this letter to demand that you ensure that a $2,000 a month basic income is part of the next economic stimulus plan in response to COVID-19. Even before the pandemic, 78% of Americans lived paycheck to paycheck. Stop. How many times have I been hammering that home? 75 to 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Half of America makes $30,000 or less. Just been hammering that home. Thank you, Scott. 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck and could not afford missing even a week of work. Paid sick leave, vacation time, and FMLA for those lucky enough to have it will be quickly exhausted. This is true. In 2008, Congress declared that the banks were too big to fail. Wait till you see what happens when millions of Americans default on their bills. I urge you to put the needs of your constituents ahead of banks, corporations, and lobbying interests. Infusing capital into households and communities is the most impactful way to alleviate suffering and stimulate local economies. We ask the government to immediately fund an emergency UBI for every adult and child in the United States, starting with a stimulus of $2,000 per American adult and also $1,000 per American child immediately, and a monthly stipend of the same going forward until our economy has recovered. I will be following your involvement in this resolution closely. Do what you are charged to do and defend our nation and provide for the general welfare. The eyes of the citizens of the nation are upon you. Our votes will soon follow. Thank you for your time and your attention to this matter. Brava, brava. I mean, really, I couldn't have said it better myself. This is amazing. And then the whole day today, all I've been seeing is text UBI to 50409. And I love it. I love it. And yesterday on the video I said, $2,000. I really don't see him doing 2,000. I don't see him doing 2,000. Maybe 1,000. I can see him probably doing 1,000, but 2,000. But now here you are, stepping on their necks. No pressure is on, baby. Stepping on their necks. So I dig it. Put the pressure on. Tell them, look, yo, do you see how Scott at the end of it slowly did, like, not a threat, but it was like a veiled, like, threat. Like, we're watching you, and you know, our votes will soon follow. Like, fuck around. You'll get no vote. Oh man, you wanna lose them seats? Yeah, that's dope. And please, if you know you want to be involved, all you gotta do is text UBI to 50409. That's all you gotta do. If you want to get involved, man, I want to do something to get involved. I want to feel like I'm helping. Bam, there you go. So, Scott, nice letter, amazing letter. And he's absolutely right. You know, with my job, when we got furloughed, they gave us, you know, they shelled out our paid sick leave, our vacation. They gave us all that. You know how quickly that was gone? Like that was gone. Same week. Here and gone. What did George Bush say? Shock and awe. That shit was gone. So nobody's going to survive off that. It's been more than a month. So yeah, this was dope. And every time I see the Yang Gang get together to do something like this, I love it. Love it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it today. I think that's it. Floridians and people in LA said, fuck it, YOLO. YOLO, we want to go. I'm punching in. We were teasing our regional manager a couple days ago. We were like, yo, that's it. We can't take it. I'm going to go punch in. Fuck it. I'm going to punch in. He was laughing like, but no, seriously, don't do that. Please don't do that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I want to see how it plays out. I really want to see if there's an uptick in COVID-19 patients now, if more people are going to catch it. They better cover that shit. I want to see what happens. Because they were not practicing social distance at all. They were just hovered around each other like a bunch of lemmings. So to each their own. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe. Just hip thrust that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps, especially in these dark days. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.